Naked Heart Revolution is the go-to podcast for high-achieving individuals seeking to transform their relationships and life. Hosted by Jenny Bingham, an intimacy reset coach. Each episode explores emotional reconnection, personal growth, or business insight through expert guests sharing real stories and strategies. Whether you want to deepen your connection with your partner or elevate your business, this podcast delivers the tools and mindset shifts needed for lasting change. Subscribe to join the community focused on intentional healing and empowerment. Being alone in a relationship is kind of like being a tree without leaves. You want to grow, you want to expand, but you have to wait for your environment. What if there's a way that you could change it? That you'll have actually the power to make a difference. Now that would be something to explore, wouldn't it? Bethany Stone, she is a life skills coach who helps people really find and discover what they need for themselves to build their inner strength. So no matter how things might change, she'll be the one. No matter how things may change, she is the one that you'll be able to turn to help things, become green and full of life again.
It's very interesting because I actually do with a lot of couples, because a lot of it is about communication, because it's about self-care and being okay here so that you can be okay there. You were at my CLA presentation, I think, and that's how we connected first.
That is.
Yeah. Because that is what I do, is like make sure that everything is okay here so that everything else is okay everywhere else.
Cool. Okay, so how about give us like your intro? Yes, you're Bethany Stone, you do this, it's been how long, you enjoy, take it away.
Okay. Hi, my name is Bethany Stone, and I am a master mindset and life skills coach. I'm not a life coach. I am a life skills coach because I teach you the life skills that you need so that you can really build yourself and thrive forever. I've been a Montessori educator for 23 years. And with that, I teach in a very Montessori way, whereas you explore and you discover what you need, because when you discover it, then you want to develop it. It's not something that someone is telling you to do. I truly believe in people not having to sand down their edges to fit into a box. I believe that we need to embrace all of our edges and know how to use them. And by doing so, you have to learn intrinsic motivation and your autonomy. That means you have to understand that you always have a choice and how to reframe those choices so that you can really choose for the best thing for yourself, having that emotional awareness of who you are at all times, and then having all of the things that drive you be because you want to do them, not because somebody else is wanting you to do them. So throughout everything that I do, I teach through self-care. So there's 5 areas of self-care that I teach, and it is emotional, spiritual, physical, social, and intellectual. And within those 5 areas, there's about 53 different life skills that you discover and you figure out what you need to develop so that you can have all these areas be balanced in your life and you can be a full person.
Wow. Shucks, that's like the whole package. Excellent. Let's take it back for a second. You said sand those edges. What exactly would be an example of someone's edges?
I think because we're in a society of good job, heart, thumb, we are doing things for other people all the time. We kind of lose ourselves. And we're trying to fit into somebody else's mold and not really know who we are anymore. We have people that are just lost and they don't understand who they are because they are literally sanding their edges to fit into somebody else's idea of what they think they should be. And I'm not all about that. And it was that constant thing. And I think that we forget that it's just the little tiny drops in the bottle that fill it up.
Ooh.
And we forget that those drops, they don't look like a lot, but if you continually do it, they're going to fill up that bottle and it's going to overflow. And we forget that. We forget that just keep adding. Yeah, it's hard, but keep adding. And sometimes it's really hard. It's very difficult to like take that time to actually step back and what do I like about myself? Because there's days I'm going to have a hard time being like, I don't know what I like about myself. This was just a crap show this whole day. Like there's, I mean, we have that. But then when we reverse that, okay, well, what are things I don't want in my life anymore? There's ways that we can look at it and reframe it, because even if you can't write down things that you like about yourself, switch it. What are things that I don't want right now? Write those things down. I don't want to feel sad right now. I don't want to feel pressure from other people right now. Because when you look at that, then you can be like, well, what can I do next? It's all about a reframing, and it's all about taking what you can control. It's the autonomy that I was talking about. It takes 10 seconds to change your emotion.
That seems
so we have. It does. But the thing is that we are so reactive. We are reactive when we're in the emotional state. And when we stay in the reactive state, we just stay reactive. If you actually acknowledge the emotion, what am I feeling? I don't want to feel that. What do I want to feel? Do some grounding techniques. There's multiple grounding techniques that work for multiple people, because one system does not work for everyone. There's a lot of different kinds. But do something, because it takes 10 seconds to give yourself any type of proprioceptive input that is like physical input, whether that is a breathing, a buzzing, a tension, and a breathing technique to bump your mind out of that emotional mindset into a rational mindset. Why am I mad? Does that matter? Can I control that? I can't. Okay, you know what? They're doing the best that they can. And that's all I can ask of them. I can't judge them and hold them accountable, because they may not have the skills to go further. So I can't be mad at them, because they're doing the best that they can. That is the truth. Don't let it bother me. But we can't get there when we are in a responsive mindset. They are so rude. They're not responding to text. They don't even care. And then we start spinning, and now we're in the story creation mode, and we are creating the story and sitting in the emotion, and it's getting worse. And all we're doing is just reacting, instead of taking that step back to respond.
Shucks. That's so true. When we're in the moment, we're so passionate in the moment that a lot of time is reacting. Earlier, when you said grounding, what is the grounding, like an example of grounding? Is that what you meant by like holding yourself? Does that mean grounding, or does it mean something else?
It does mean grounding, but it's so proprioceptive input. So I have a lot of certifications in special education, and sometimes we need to keep ourselves busy. We all of a sudden need to clean something. All of a sudden, we have to do these things so that we can bring ourselves back down. That's input, so that we can rationalize with our emotions and deal with them in a way that we're now in a rational mind, not an emotional mind. But there's different ways that we can do it.
Right. And you said it depends who it is. It'll take a long time, could be years or whatnot. And there's definite steps that you take with them. And you mentioned you work with children, and then you work with adults. So who are the key people that you are working with currently?
So currently I'm working with parents and business owners.
Okay.
Because those are the two populations of people that give of themselves so much that they forget who they are and how to take care of themselves. And so we're in this more reactive mode anyways.
Shucks. So let's take, for example, parents. What are one of the things that you notice that they come with you? It's like, okay, help me figure this out.
what is the initial reason why they come see you, or the thing that you mainly see that you're helping them out with?
I think because they don't understand that the seasons of their lives are going to change. We are going to have seasons, and sometimes our seasons look like we're sacrificing everything we have for our children, and we have no time for ourselves, and we're so exhausted and we can't even function. And how could you even think about me doing something for myself? That's totally selfish. I need to do everything for my children. Like, we go through these and we go through a guilt cycle in our mind, when realistically, if we're not okay here, our kids are not going to be okay. We are a crucial part of their environment. And if we want them to be regulated and emotionally okay, we have to model that. So if we're not okay, they're not going to be okay. And we forget that we are a huge part of that. So it has to start here.
Okay, boy. So when you said seasons, it's kind of like cycles. Because you gave the example, they're not okay at that moment if we're not okay at that moment.
Go back to your core, reevaluate. It's that same process of looking at what you like, stepping back. We can't think of things that we like. What are things that we don't like? Stepping back and looking at it.
Okay. So on the side of business owners, what would be a question they would ask themselves and then realize, oh, okay, I have to go see Bethany. She needs to help me because I think I'm stuck, but I don't know what to do. What could be one or two questions that they say or ask themselves, or a comment?
I actually refer to this a lot with business owners as the invisible burn, because it's not, people don't see you as being burned out. People don't see you as being like not successful, because you are doing all the things. Your business is running, you're answering your emails, you're at your meetings, you're doing all the things, but inside it's like an iceberg. You have everything that people can see and it looks beautiful. But underneath, you are having a lot of pressure. It's emotional weight. It is the mental load. It is so many things. And you're just trying to process things. You're not sleeping well at night. You're spinning. This is what I help business owners with, because it's not that you're not showing up for your business. It's that you're not showing up for yourself. Because so many times we have our identity tied to our business. I do have openings and I do have availability, and I am flexible. I actually meet with some clients at 6:30 in the morning because of time zones. Mm-hmm. Like, it is very much so. I have clients all over the world, and it's about meeting you where you're at. That's just it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Bethany. If you give one piece of advice to the people who are out there listening and watching, what would it be for the upcoming 12 months, 1 month, whichever?
It would be, take one small thing, choose one thing that you know is going to support you, and just do that thing every single day. Because just like I was talking about that drop in the bucket, every single thing is going to add up, and you're going to be better every single day if you look and do something for yourself every day, whether that's making your bed, drinking water, making that conscious effort to make sure you're doing that for you every single day. It's going to build you.
Nice. I'm going to do two things. I'm doing the drinking the water and then write down the list. What do I like about myself, or what am I good at? And I'll just add that. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much. And then I look forward to chatting with you in the future some more.
Sounds good. Thank you, Jenny.